Hello, my friends. Yes, I'm back, like I said I would be. And this video is for two projects I have finished. Now, like I said in the previous video, when I was showing you the two blankets and the unique yarn I used for it, I was originally looking for this yarn that I'm going to show you in a moment. And I honestly could not tell you anything about the yarn. I don't know how I got it in my possession. I'm not sponsored by it because I couldn't even tell you what yarn it is. No idea on how I got it. Could have been given to me when I got different bags of yarn given to me. I could have bought it from a thrift store. Honestly, I really don't know anything about it. But what I made was a hat on a loom for a make along I participate in over at Crafting Kitty, and it is lost my memory as to who we had picked for this month, but I will share her down below. She mainly makes a lot of like clothing, like tops, like belly tops, like tank tops and kind of things like that and stuff, and more on the petite side. Unfortunately, I am not. She did have a few sweaters that I thought were kind of cute, but A, time crunch, and B, my stash. I really try to work out of my stash just because my husband finances my love of yarn, and I try not to ask him often to get me some. So when I was looking, like I said, in the bin of my specialty yarn, because in her video she does have one for a loom hat, and she said in the video to use either a size 5 or a 6 weight yarn. I think it was a 5. Um, I don't own much 5 yarn, 5 weight, and I knew whatever I may own in that size, it'd be in that one bin, because that's my thicker stuff. And I know the kit I've got for my looms, I won it, oh boy, over a year ago now, or about a year ago, from another channel, and hopefully I can find him again, because I haven't watched him in a while. I know there's been a lot going on with him, and hopefully I can link him down below as well. He's more about gardening and stuff like that. And I won the kit from him, and again, the name's eluding me. I said I haven't watched them in a while. And it's an awesome kit. It comes with 4 round looms, and it comes with extra pegs so that if you gotta replace one, which my smallest loom, when I pulled it out and I was just kind of mucking with it, I had to take the one peg out and switch it because I noticed it was very rough the way the peg was molded. This hat, I used the 30 peg loom, and I know the tool that you're supposed to put under the bottom loop to grab a hold of it to flip it up and over. The tool itself is very blunt, and I had a hard time getting underneath this yarn due to the style of yarn because it's 2 strands together. The white's a little more on the thicker side, again, though it is a chain spun yarn. And then there's thinner chain spun. It's almost like a thread through it with flecks of color. There's yellows, there's like an orange color, a green, and a blue. And I'm going to hold it up with my hands inside with it stretched a little so you can see the rows. So you can see all the rows going up. Each one of those rows going up is a stitch. Now, let me kind of put it back in shape. Now, when I made this, I only had 1 skein of the yarn. And you're supposed to do 6 inches before you put the brim up to make it thicker. I only had 1 skein, and I didn't want to chance not having enough. Like I said, I used a 30 peg loom, and I know her video, she used, I think she said a 36 peg. It is a little slouchy at the top. Like, I would use this on probably a 4 to 6-year-old child. It'll have a little slouch to it, but like the base of it, there's no way that'll fit my head. No way. I don't think it would fit it. They said I think a younger child, like early elementary school age. Very fun yarn. I would not recommend it on a loom because I don't know anything about the yarn. There was no label, and because it was 2 strands, and the tool was blunt at the tip. I was finding every stitch with my thumb and index finger in my left hand, and I got a long thumbnail on that thumb, trying to get a hold of both sets of the bottom yarn to pull it out far enough to get the tool under it. My thumb hurt by the end of the weekend. It was very, very sore. I think maybe a velvet or a blanket yarn may work for these hats. I do not have any of that yarn. I've never used it. If you have used that yarn on a loom, let me know how it works, because I think it would turn out pretty good. But I finished that, and yes, the ends are sewn in, because when you bring up the brim, like the cast on row, you trap your yarn in the brim. And then when I cinched it up, like when I took it off the pegs with the darning needle, then cinched it as tight as I could, but because of the style of yarn, I had to from the inside stitch it up and cross it over a few times just to make the top a little tighter. So I sewed in the ends as well. So that project is done. Like I said, it is a very, very cute little child's hat. Here in Southern Ontario, that's going to keep some child very, very warm. I have no one in mind for it, so who knows how long it may be in my stash. Then the second project I made, I participate in, I want to say her YouTube channel is Judy Crochet Creations. I think I will share her down below. But what she does each month, or the theme, the way we're going about it this year is each month she shows us a picture of a bird. And some of the birds have been very unique looking birds, especially the one she picked for January. And I decided this year I was going to try to make a washcloth or dishcloth each month with a color pulled from said bird. Now, unfortunately, July, I did not do a dishcloth. I did a set of fingerless wristers, and they went to my niece right away, so they've been here and gone already. But this cotton that I made this cloth out of, which I would use as a bath cloth, it's a little on the thinner side. It's a DK weight. It's not a kitchen cloth. It's 100% DK. It's pure cotton. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys by any means. And I would say the color is like a dusty, a little bit on the darker, dusty rose. Now, I'm in a purple shirt. And if I tilt it back like that, you can kind of see the color. So, it's very close to my shirt, but not quite. But you gotta kind of tilt it to see. It's a really pretty color of yarn. I like it. If I had multiple skeins of it, because they're only smaller skeins, I would say I think they're like 86 grams or yeah, I think it's 86 yards or something like that. Unfortunately, the print is very small and my eyes are getting worse. Oh, nope, I lied. They're 100-gram balls. My mistake. I am so sorry. But if you had enough of this yarn here, which I got from a local kind of everything, anything store where you could get anywhere from junk food to kitchen appliance, like small appliances like mixers and toasters, baking dishes, regular dishes, tea towels, sheets, bedding, pillows, dog toys. You can get school supplies. You can get like clothing for anywhere from baby to adults, including some work clothing like the shirts with the X's on them, reflecting stuff. You can get almost anything. You can get all kinds of fabric from this place and yarn, and that's where I got it from. I from there I don't know where else you could buy this yarn, but to me it's more of either a dishcloth or a face cloth, like a cloth you'd want to use in the shower and stuff, or to wash your hands and face, or a shirt. Now the stitch I chose to make said cloth, I have never made it before. I know I've heard different YouTubers mention in the past this stitch, and the one I used is a half double crochet herringbone stitch, and I will try and share down below also Like I said, I don't even know who I got this stitch from, so maybe I won't be sharing that with you. But I do know it's called a half double crochet herringbone stitch, and this is the cloth I made. The ends again are not sewn in, you know me. Very pretty stitch. It's a 1 row repeat. I tilt it that way, maybe you can see it a little better. It would make for, if you're designing your own cardigan type sweater or top, I think this would make for a very, very pretty stitch. Very easy, very simple. So those are my two finished objects. Two ends are not sewn in on that one. Going to the camper again this weekend with the hubby. The only project that I have on the go at the moment is my owl I'm making for a friend of mine, and it's coming along. I'm on the second wing, so I don't have much more of it. I'm just working offline with that, so I don't have instructions written out or printed out, so that's an at-home project. My second sock, I haven't touched it. Like, I should have done them both at the same time, because I know you can do both your socks at once, and I do know how. I just didn't do that, and now I wish I had. I love the sock that I'm working on, but haven't touched it. And then the pattern from the book that I'm working out of, that I got the inspiration from Erin as well, from her meeting up the neighborhood for where we were picking which pattern was picked that month. Myself, I'm just going from start to finish. I haven't touched it either. So maybe I'll work on that this weekend while I'm at my camper. I'm just kind of looking at my stash down here, what bags I'll have. So that will probably be a weekend, maybe a project, and I can show it off next week. But that's all I've made that are finished. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you guys either probably Sunday or Monday. I think I'll be out next. So take care, be safe, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.